Good afternoon, happy Tuesday, and welcome to Coffee and a Card. So I've got my cup of coffee here, and well, I'm a multiple drink kind of person. So I have multiple drinks over here, ready to go, and you just never know what you might be in the mood for, right? So I don't know about you, but hopefully you've got something to drink and you are ready for some crafting today. So I have to tell you a funny story while we're opening this up. So Facebook, when you're waiting for your live, like ready to go live, it shows you what is about to happen, because I have my screen on my phone is facing me, so I can see myself, and it's almost like I'm just talking to myself for this video. So while I'm waiting to press, it's like 1:58 and I'm waiting for 2 o'clock to show up. Do you know I'm generally sitting here making faces at myself? And I swear one of these days I'm going to accidentally hit go live and y'all are going to catch me with the funny faces I'm making at myself in the phone. But that's probably why sometimes I look a little crazy overjoyed when I start my Facebook Lives, because I've just made myself laugh with the facial expressions I've made. So, hi Carol, welcome everybody who's coming in here live, and welcome if you're on the replay later. So I am going to open some Happy Mail. I've got a few cards that came in the mail, and then I'm going to make a card, and actually I'm going to make two cards. I'm going to make two cards simultaneously because I'm going to show you two different ways to make a very similar layout, and I just thought it'd be fun to do them both at the same exact time. So that's where we're heading today. All right, so my first card is from, this is from Jenny Day in Montana. And let's see here. Okay, sorry, I'm trying to figure out, how's this work? Maybe like that? Sorry, the card came like flattened a different way. So, all right, here is her card. It's her Z fold here. Oh, move it this way. That way. Using that Unbounded Beauty paper. So, very cute card. Let's see here. Let me move that. And then I've got one from Terry Exton from Washington. And here we go. It says, I like you. That's really pretty. I like that paper. With the flower there also on the inside. I'm not sure what paper pack that's from, but it's really, really pretty. I'm going to have to figure that out. I like that pattern in the background. Okay, next we have one from, let's see if they signed the inside. The outside doesn't have a name on it. Madeline Glover. Oh, it's a 4th of July card. America the Beautiful. Got a nice red, white, and blue with their sparklers there on the inside. So, very fun. And last but not least, we've got a card from Kathy Murphy in Illinois. And it says, thinking of you. And then she's got her note there on the inside. Oh, that's so sweet. Sorry, I don't open these ahead of time. This is truly live when I open it, but I just happened to read what it says. What perfect timing. She says, here, I'll just let you read it. Thinking of you on your mom's birthday. Today is my mom's birthday. If she was still with us, she would be something, something years old. Math is hard. I'm telling you, I should go back and tell, is it 3rd grade when you learn addition and subtraction and fractions and all of that? I just need to say thank you. Thank you to all of my teachers from back then. I had no idea I would use so much math in my adult life. No, my mom was born in 53, so whatever that would make her now is how old she would be. All right, I am going to put my camera down and I'm going to show you a card that we are not making today, but it was the inspiration behind today's card and project. So the last couple of days, I have been making baby cards. I have a craft show coming up, and I was going through all of my inventory of cards to figure out what I still needed. And I came up with this list. And so I was working on trying to accomplish some of the list. So going through here, and I was like, okay, I need baby, congratulations, graduation, anniversary, get well, and wedding cards, right? So I thought, well, I need to start knocking these off the list. So I just started at the top. So for the last couple of days, I have been making baby cards using the bundle that we're going to feature today. And before you tune me out, because you think you don't need baby cards, maybe you don't, and that's totally fine. But what I think you're going to find with the layouts that I show you, you could easily substitute, instead of using a onesie, you could do anything. I mean, you could do a car, a flower, a bug. I don't know what you want to craft with, but it doesn't have to be a baby card. So I always like to say that on these videos, because I don't want you to get hung up on exactly what I'm using, because I know you may not need a baby card right now, but the layout can still be helpful. So this card, I'll hold it up here. The embossed piece is on a piece of Melon Mambo, which is on a Melon Mambo card base. Okay. And then we've got this tag is a tag. I don't know where my punch went, but it's from a new punch where you can get labels, something about labels. It's a label punch, and you can either get a punch or you can get dies with the set. So, and then I put congratulations on the inside. So anyways, I have been doing this. Oh, and then here I should reach up and show you the other version. This one here says Sweet Boy, and this one uses that swirls embossing folder, but of course I wanted to have some blue ones. Well, at the end of the day, at the end of making all of these, I had some extra onesies, and I thought, you know what, let's make a couple more cards. So this is the bundle that I'm featuring. It says, or it's called Cutest Onesie, and it has some different options here. And you've got the onesie, the hanger, a rattle, a little pocket, and then you have one die, but it cuts out 1, 2, 3. So multiple options there. And today I'm going to pair it with the Round We Go dies. And I'm going to be using this largest circle die right here, because I've been planning the June card club and I'm using these dies for that. And so I had some extra die cuts sitting around. So today's a day where I am scavenging from my own craft room to make 2 cards. Now, I don't have samples to show you ahead of time because these cards only exist in my head at the moment. And so we are going to bring them to reality. So I'm going to start with Petal Pink. And these have been embossed with the Eyelet embossing folder. So, once again, leftovers from other projects. Surprise, surprise. So we're just going to cut them down. I need these to be 3 3/4 by 5. So I'm going to put them both together. We're going to cut them at the same time because we're making 2 cards at the same time. So, oh, didn't quite go all the way through. There we go. So we'll do 3 3/4 by 5. See if that one went, nope, not quite all the way through. There we go. So we've got 2 Petal Pink pieces here for each card. And I am going to put them on basic white. So my basic white is 4 by 5 1/4. And my tape runner is not working. So let me grab, we'll use one of these. Let's see, where was I? Yes, basic white, 4 by 5 1/4. So we are, and because they're 3D embossed, I like to put my tape around all sides because I want it to lay nice and flat when I'm done. There we go. Okay. So we'll put that on our basic white mat. I'm going to do one each way because that's how we're going to do one vertical card and one horizontal card. Okay. Now you saw on that Melon Mambo card that I was using these onesies. So these onesies were die cut from the dies. I didn't stamp the onesie image first. I just cut out a onesie. And what's really cute is there's even like a little neck slit right here. So just some added texture in your onesie. And then I have stamped a little design on the front of it. And what I'm going to do is I am going to take, I told you I had some extra circle dies, so we're using from those Round We Go circles, Round We Go dies. Because sometimes you just need to use up things that are in your craft room. All right, so we're gonna take these off of here. And I'm gonna put my onesies on my circles. All right, and then I will take my, we're gonna start building our layers here. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually move this aside. I'm gonna take a piece of basic white, just a scrap piece. Size doesn't really matter because we're gonna be cutting this out. And I'm gonna stamp a sentiment for each of my cards. So for one of them, it's gonna say congratulations on the front. And the other one is gonna say wishing you lots of joy. But basically, when you're making this layout, you just need a kind of longer sentiment, okay? And then what we'll do is I'll take my two inserts for my cards, and we'll go ahead and stamp them too, as long as we've got our ink open. And the inside is gonna say, a big welcome to your sweet girl. So this is two separate stamps, because you could also switch it to sweet boy. I've just put both stamps on the same block just to make stamping easier. We're going to take the little heart stamp and we'll add that here. And I just realized I stamped this one wrong. We're just going to turn it over. Because remember, we're doing one vertical and one horizontal. So we're just going to turn it over. This cardstock has two sides. And we'll try this again. Okay. There we go. All right. So let me, actually, you know what I think I'll do? Just because I really like this heart. It's so cute. I'm going to stick it right here also next to the congratulations. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to hold this up here so you can see. Look at how cute that heart is. I just think it's so cute. All right, so we've got our two inserts. Here, we'll switch it around so we can keep our cards together here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, and I need my paper snips. And the first thing I'm going to do on this wishing you lots of joy is I am going to fussy cut around it. There's not a whole lot of movement you have to do because the bottom is fairly straight, but we're going to go around it. And when you're fussy cutting, it's always easiest if you move the paper, not your scissors, so I've been told. I don't do a lot of fussy cutting because you guys know it's not my favorite thing to do. But that's the tip I've heard given. So we're just going to keep going around here. Almost done. So then I'll just trim that off. We'll angle it at the same way as the W. All right, so we've got one of them here. And then for the other one, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut at an angle on each end. And then because I want to keep this straight, I'm going to use my trimmer. And here, we'll just rip off this excess, just to make it easier to trim here. And I'll take off what I did here. All right, so I will, although maybe I didn't stamp it straight. That could also be a problem, but we'll see how this goes. All right, get all these pieces off of here. Okay, yeah, we're gonna trim a little off the bottom because I actually didn't stamp straight, but I can fix that with a nice straight cut on the trimmer, I think. Or we'll make it worse, you never know. Nope, that'll work. Because I wanted it a little bit wider at one end than the other. Okay, so we're going to set that here. And then what I'm going to do, so I'm going to take a piece of Melon Mambo. We're just going to create some layers here. So I'm going to need a piece right here. I'm gonna need it to be right there. I'm just making a few notes here so that I know where to cut my piece here. Okay, so I'm just making a couple of snips so that I know how far to cut my Melon Mambo. I'll start by just getting rid of my excess here. All right, so I've cut up here. So what I'm doing, let me put this back on here. So this one here is gonna have a nice Melon Mambo background. So what I wanna do is I just wanna cut across the top so that I have enough to put behind that one. And then same here, we're going to be putting a background of Melon Mambo. And so we're just going to trim our piece, like so. I think people call this paper piecing or something like that. Putting pieces of paper together, right? All right. So we'll stick this here. And that'll allow me to match my angle and do my other cut. Okay, so let's tape these together. Oh, we got some tape goobers on the front. Oh, let's get those tape goobers off of here. There we go. All right, so we've got that piece. And then for this one, I'm actually going to use some glue dots because it's really tiny. And I don't want to have excess tape everywhere. So again, keep in mind if you're just coming in and you're thinking, well, I don't need a baby card. That's okay. You can always switch out the onesie for something else. So it's really more about the layout, right? It's where we can get our inspiration. So I'm gonna put this here. I want that to have a nice, Melon Mambo background. So if we can hold that down, there we go. All right, so I'm gonna be sliding this one just under here, like so. And we're actually gonna put this one up here. So you can kind of see how I'm just building out my layout. And then one of the dies that comes in this set are these adorable rattles. Look at these, you guys. And they have this pattern that's cut into it when you die cut them out. So super cute. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 2 of these. We're going to take a mini dimensional on each one. And we'll put one of those here. And we'll put one of those here. Okay. So now I need to tape down my sentiment piece. There we go. And we'll add some, I want dimensionals, but I really want regular. There we go, regular size. If I use mini on a big circle like this, then I always feel like I have to use even more dimensionals. So I'll just go with the big size. So we'll put our piece here. And then over here, I am going to grab my silver and white, I think this is called silver, yeah, silver and white sheer ribbon. And I actually have a brand new roll I need to cut open. And before, well, here, I can stick this down. That way we can get that out of the way. There are too many pieces. Wait, is that it? No, that's not a thing. There's not too many pieces. It's just the right amount of pieces. But I like to stick stuff down as I go where, so that I don't get things out of order, if that makes sense. I do not keep a clean craft desk. I'm sure this surprises nobody. If you keep a clean craft desk, are you even crafting? All right, so I'm gonna put some tape here, get this ribbon adhered down, just like that. And that way, and because I don't have a clean craft desk, if I have loose pieces and during a live, I'm, you know, shuffling things all over the place, I have a tendency to lose stuff right in the middle of my crafting. Okay, then I'm going to take one more piece of this sheer ribbon and I'm going to slide it right under here. And I'm just going to tie a knot. Just like this. And we're going to trim off the end. We'll trim it off over here. Just have that nice little tie here. So you can see here we're just building up our 2 cards. And then what I'll do, now we'll bring in our card bases. And I'll start on the inside. And hopefully I mix and match these correctly. All right, so this will be, we'll have a horizontal and a vertical. So I gotta turn one this way. All right, so we're gonna add our insert to the cards. This is kind of the fun of using like extra pieces, is you can just mix and match where you want to have stuff. So we'll take our first one. Oop, that ribbon wants to come down. We're just mixing and matching and using up some of our pieces to create these designs. So there's our first one. And then our vertical one. So basically all the same pieces in terms of having your embossed background, a longer sentiment, the circle with some sort of element on top of the circle. So you can see there are a lot of similarities. What I did here was I just fussy cut the words instead of straight cut. But the background piece is the same. And so then we have our 2 cards. And like I said, you could easily substitute out that onesie. Oh, but we need an embellishment. I need some embellishments. I'm going to use the glossy dots because they just have a great option here. And I just feel like I need some embellishments. So we'll just stick a couple of these up inside these flowers. And then for this one, I think I'll just go along the bottom here. And we'll just do the 3 right in a row because there's 3 different sizes of these gems. All right, and so there we go. We've got our baby cards. It's nice to use a bone folder and get that nice and creased down. All right, there we go. A couple of baby cards for you. Or a couple of layouts, I should say. All right, you guys, that is the design I wanted to show you here today. All of the details, measurements, all of that are always on my blog later in the day. So if you didn't catch any of them, you can get those on my blog later. But I just wanted to feature that Cutest Onesie Bundle. And also say, of course, that you could substitute out the onesie for other stuff if you're not in need of baby cards. So last thing, starting tomorrow, on stamp and die bundles. So a stamp and die bundle is exactly what it sounds like. Stamp and die bundle. So normally when there's a bundle in the catalog, you get 10% off. Well, starting tomorrow, you can get an extra 10% off of that already discounted bundle price. So just know that that's coming tomorrow, along with a couple of new kits. So you can stay tuned and look for that. All right, guys, don't forget to encourage one another and build each other up. I'll see you soon.